you, because But yeah, how you doing, Sherry? Baby girl, Jamie, what's good? I just watched the video and I just came on live just because I watched the video. I came on live just to speak on this video that I just watched, because these videos be sounding so. Okay, I will. Okay, I will. These videos be sounding so. People be following these videos and people be thinking like they're so deep. And I don't know, maybe I'm thinking differently, or I have a different type of mentality that I don't see value in many of these videos. And she was saying, you know, if a man don't see your worth, if a woman, well, she was talking about to a woman, if a man don't see your worth, don't stay. And I agree. If a man don't see your worth, of course you shouldn't stay in a relationship. I mean, that's just ridiculous if you stay. That's just ridiculous. Hey Erica, how you doing, sissy? I didn't know you was here. Hey, San Shorty. But yeah, of course, if a man or a woman don't see your worth, of course you should leave. But, I don't even know why we stay in this crappy ass relationship. But here's the thing: it's a deeper issue. It's not about a man can't see a woman's worth, and we don't even realize this part. We don't even realize this part. It's not that a man can't see a woman's worth. It's that a man can't see. If a man can't see his own worth, he can't see a woman's worth. You have to see your own value. Yeah, but you know what I mean? But a man has to see his own worth. He has to know his own worth. He has to know his own worth. And a lot of times when you mess with people who don't know their own worth, they will never know yours because they can't recognize yours. Because you can only see as deep as you are. And if you ain't see no worth in you, that's all you can see outside of you. You see what I'm saying? But only when you see value and worth can you actually experience and can you actually recognize. Because you recognize. You don't find it, you recognize it. You don't find a woman's worth, you recognize a woman's worth. Her worth was always there. Her worth was never missing. A woman's worth was never missing. It's all, no matter what she looks like, no matter what she sounds like, no matter if she have a job or not, no matter if she have a big belly, big butt, small breast, big breast, the worth don't change. Nobody has a different worth than the other. Our worth is not different. Our worth is the same because remember, our worth is set forth before we existed physically, right? Our worth was here before we existed. So if a man or woman can't see your worth, it's because they can't see theirs. It's only because they cannot see theirs. Knowing that the God that you serve and the creator, this architect, that's who created humans. So therefore, of course, in that alone, that's your worth. You were created by the hands of the architect, the great, divine. I don't know how else to put his or her or its name or whatever it is, but you were created and handcrafted by a divinity that you can't explain. Hey Cece, hey Florence, how you doing? Vibrating higher, what's good with you? Erica, what? Hey Jesse. So if a woman is waiting for a man to see her worth, she is doing the wrong thing. A woman has to look for a man who knows his worth. And a man finding his worth, finding or recognizing your worth will be very simple. Because there's no difference. Hey Gina, there will be no difference. There will be no looking for anything. It's not based on what you can bring to the table. Because we use that table concept so ridiculously, so loosely. What you bring to the table. There's no table. There's no table. The table don't exist. It's not real. The table don't count. There's no such thing as a damn table. The thing is, since we don't know our worth, we are looking for our worth in physical or materialistic things. Thank you. In the money that we make, 6 figures, 7 figures, in our bodies, in our sexual experiences, in our big old booties, and our big breasts, in our penis prints, in our sweats. We're looking for physical things because we don't understand that we are deeper than physical. Hey Empress, how you doing? Long time no see. Hey, this Star Love, how are you? You say it best. The God in me sees the God in you. Facts, right? Facts. But the problem is people can't see their worth because they can only see what the physical world is. They can see what they do for a living. And that's their worth. That is what they try to add value to them. They can see what they eat or what they diet or what they'll do for a living or what they work. How they're working out, how their body is shaped, and what kind of car they drive and the house they drive. And so now we start using these things. We start to use those material things to separate each other. But understand this. A man could never see your worth if he cannot find his. Hey, April, how are you? Regina, what's good? Hey, Caroline. So a lot of times we waiting for a man to see your worth. So sometimes you waiting forever in a household, in a relationship, for a man to see your worth. And you understand that the reason why he can't see yours, he do see your worth based on how he see his. If he ain't shit, you can't be shit either. Understand this. And it's nothing to do with you. But if he can't see himself, he can only look. See, listen, check this out. When I look at you, when I look at a woman, or a man, or a piece of rock, or whatever it is, remember, when I look at you, the light is shining on you, right? Then the image is there, but it goes to my eyes, then it goes to my retina, then it goes to my brain, okay? My brain. It's processed in the brain, so depending on where my brain is what I see. I don't see what's there, I see what's in here. Okay? So again, I don't see what's out there, I see what's in here. Like for instance, when you look at me right now, you think that you are seeing me for who I am, but you cannot. You are seeing me for what you think I am. Because I don't exist in one way or one form. We are multiple. We are all different shades, different types, different. You don't understand me because you only understand me in your own consciousness. You can't understand me what I'm saying because you don't know what I'm saying. But you are hearing what I'm saying in your own mind. So you can only see or hear me based on who you are. That's why some is going to hate the message. Some is going to love the message. Some is going to say, man, you stupid. Some is going to say, you smart. But none is me. So when a man look at you, he looks at you from his mind. And when he can't find you, when he can't find your worth, when he don't understand your worth, it's because he don't understand his. It's his worth he's looking for. The reason why he wants you is to add to his worth. It's his worth that he's looking for, not yours. So many of us, or many of you stay. You stay, you overstay your welcome. You overstay in a relationship hoping that one day he find yours. You should be hoping that he find his. Because finding yours ain't not going to happen until he find his. I promise you, I cannot see a woman's value. You see, I always loved women. Even somebody I spoke to just yesterday told me, she said, Kurt, you love women. You love a lot of women. You love beautiful women. And listen, it's true. I love women. I mean, I'm self-controlled. But I love women. I love women. You know what I mean? We're just talking about finding worth. Hey, birds of a feather, how are we doing? Hey, nice, lovely. I love women. Listen, my glasses ain't on and I can't see the screen. So if hey, Katie, to you, how are you doing? I love women. But before, I never recognized what a woman was. Because I didn't recognize what a man was. To recognize a woman is to recognize a man first. To know a woman is to know a man. I cannot know a woman if I don't know a man. It's impossible. I have to know a man before I understand what a woman is, because they both come together perfect to make one union. So of course I have to know a man before I know a woman. If I try to know a woman before I know a man, I get confused. Because now I'm like, who the hell am I? What am I doing? So now I'm gonna take my lack of knowledge out on you. I'm gonna abuse you, disrespect you. I'm gonna walk on you because I'm looking for I'm looking for me. The only person I'm looking for is me. The only person I'm looking for is me. Hey, Crone. So understand this. A lot of times, a lot of women just waiting. 5 years, 20 years. He treats me bad. He does this to me, and you wait. You wait until that one day. You wait until that one day. Hey, Latricia, how are you doing, girl? I was just thinking about you today. I don't know why, but you was on my mind. You was on my mind. And you know what? I went to your account with my other phone, and I was like, she unfollowed me, but I'm like, oh, damn it. It's the wrong account that I'm looking at. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, so a lot of women sometimes wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. Wait and wait. Thank you, vibrating higher. Wait and wait and waiting to find for a man, putting up with drama, putting up with comparisons, putting up with abuse, putting up with disrespect, and you're waiting until one day he finds your worth, one day when he loves you. Number one. Number two, it's very hard to love you if love don't exist in here first. And if love exists in here, you have to Jesus. I have to. If love don't exist in here and it's not feeding me first, it can't travel over there. It's very hard from love to it's very hard for love if it doesn't exist in me for you to experience it from me. It's very hard. So I think a lot of times am I freezing? Am I freezing? Somebody say I'm freezing. Am I freezing or is just that person's thing? If I'm freezing, let me know. You're on the important one we love. Thank you. Yeah, right? Thank you. Okay, so I'm not freezing. So that was the person's account. But I'm telling you all, man, the reason why a man or a woman cannot find your worth is because they can't find theirs. A person who loves themselves, loving you is going to be very easy. See, a lot of people trying to make you feel like you are hard to love. So they're making you work hard, right? They're making you work hard for their love. Understand that when a person makes you feel like you're hard to love and a person don't love you and they are trying to find things to love and they're trying to explain to you why they don't love you. Understand, if love is natural, loving you is natural. Because love is not based on the look. It's not based on what you do. It's not based on what you bring to the table. It's not based on what you can do. It's not based on sexual experiences. It's not based on what you look like. It's not based on how your hips and your ass ratio to your breast ratio. It's not based on nothing physical. Love is based on my ability to love. It's not about how you are, because if it was how you are, then God probably won't love you anyways. The universe probably won't love you. Loving you would be difficult. But since love is based on who I am, based on me loving you, my ability to love you is not because of you, it's because of me. So when people out there making you hard to love, understand, you are not hard to love. Those people don't love. They make love about them. Love is not about them. So you have to hear these important factors when it comes to relationship. These are things that you have to pay attention to. Thank you, Cats 79. Thank you. These are things that you got to pay attention to. These are very important lessons that you have to learn. See, because many times if you don't learn this, you're going to be they're going to drag you to the street, drag you to the mud. You're going to be drugged all over the damn place because you're going to be waiting for a specific time where your value is validated. Because many times you waiting for a validation of a man or a woman saying, well, now I can say I like you. Now I can say I love you. And that's when you lose your damn self, because you've been waiting for so many years. And in waiting to be validated and to be appreciated and to be loved, when you wait for that long, you begin to lose your value. You begin to lose yourself. You begin to lose how you feel about yourself. You begin to lose your image of what you think you are. Because after a while, when you think that you are this, and you can't love me, you can't accept me, after a while, the people that you love, after a while, you're going to think that it's really something is wrong with you. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be thinking that something is wrong with me. I don't understand it. Maybe it's me. And then you're going to start believing it, because people have this way of these tendencies of telling you something is wrong with you because they are unable to love. Yeah. They are unable to love. So here we are waiting. We're waiting to exhale. We're waiting, holding our breath. As soon as they say I love you, you're gonna exhale, but you're waiting forever. You're dying. That's why you are drained. That's why you are confused. That's why you stop recognizing yourself. That's why you stop recognizing how you feel. That's why you're getting sick. That's why you are under stress. That's why you are fearful. That's why you are always comparing yourself to other women or other men. That's why you're feeling like you are lonely and alone, because you are separated. That person has no ability to love. And then here's what even hurts us even more. Somebody else come along in his life or her life, and the person marries them, and you're like, oh my God, it was me. It wasn't you. It was never you. Sometimes you're taking too much credit. You can't take credit for people's inability to love. Stop giving people the privilege of having you feel in yourself that you are inadequate. If a loving person exists, if love is what we do, right? Let's say I'm a loving person. What you TikTok speaking? And you that is on TikTok. Hey Jacqueline, thank you. If a person is angry, if there's an angry person, right? What's up, Jay Jackson? If a person is angry all the time, you think his anger is or her anger is rooted against specific people? No, anger is for everybody because that's what that's what they are feeling inside. That's what they're experiencing inside. So now the anger is on every single person. Doesn't matter who. Anger will be easily talking about I have anger problems. Well, if a person is incapable of love, it's not because of you are not worthy of it. It's not because you are not enough. It's not because you are not valuable. It's because they are unable to love. What is love? Love is the ability to accept life as it is. Life, people, things, the dog, the cat. We can accept the cat for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hey Tamara. Hey Dr. Tamara. We can appreciate the dog for what it is. Even the little ants that walk up and down. We can appreciate them for what it is. We can appreciate the bugs for what they are. You see what I'm saying? We can appreciate everything, the tree for what, but when it comes to human beings, no, you should be this way. They should be exactly the way they are, and you should love them for who they are. Now, not saying that you're going to be with everybody. I'm saying that you should, if you choose a person to be with that person. You know what I mean? Like, don't make them feel badly for being themselves. Because we are unable to love that about them. You know what I mean? Somebody had a question. Do you think the relationship will work if someone tells you they need to find him or herself? A lot of times when a person tells you that they need to find themselves, it's because if a person ain't found themselves, especially a man, that masculine energy is very confusing. And I don't think we understand this, right? Hey Jenny, that masculine energy is very confusing. It's very hard to deal with. That's why a lot of men struggle with it. What's supposed to be a gift, we struggle with it. That masculine energy is confusing, it's strong, it's overwhelming. We don't know what the hell to do with it. And it doesn't matter if it's a man or a masculine woman. Even in a masculine woman, she has trouble controlling that because it's so strong. So she still do the same things that the man do. It's the energy that's if you're not in tune with yourself, and if you are not balanced with the feminine and masculine energy, that masculine energy, if you deny your feminine energy, that masculine energy becomes toxic. It's too much. It's overwhelming. So men don't know how to control it. Men don't know how to live with it. They don't know what to do. So when a man say, I need to find myself, let him find himself. Let him, because I'm telling you, the masculine energy will F you up if it's not balanced. It's just like the feminine energy. The feminine energy is very powerful too. See, I think we think the feminine energy is weak. The feminine energy is it's not weak, no way in this world. The feminine energy is as strong as the masculine energy. And that's why if you don't know how to use them, you're going to suffer. When you know how to use your feminine energy and masculine energy, listen, everything makes sense. Everything come together for you. Everything come together to make one, because that's what life is created. It's the balance of the masculine and the feminine, the duality of life, the masculine and the feminine, the yin and the yang. If you balance that, life is created. Just like how baby is born when a man and a woman come together. If you balance your feminine and masculine energy, life is actually completely balanced. It's a very beautiful balance. So if a man say, I need to find myself, let him go find himself. Remove yourself. I think sometimes you want to stay in a place, you want to stay in his way or her way because you don't want him to have no one else. Because you're afraid that he's going to choose somebody else. Let him choose somebody else if you want to choose somebody else. You worried about the wrong thing. You see what I'm saying? You worried about the wrong thing. So I'm saying, man, you have to understand. A lot of people can't find their worth, so they can't find yours. If they don't find their worth, your worth won't mean a damn thing to them. If they hate themselves, they're going to hate you. If they have internal wars within themselves, you're going to be a casualty. Whenever a man or a woman is experiencing inner turmoil and all his inner self inflicted wars and all these battles going on. You're gonna become a casualty too. And a lot of times we meet in these people. Unfortunately, we meet in these people who are battling themselves. They don't even know themselves. They can't stand themselves. I saw this in my dream. Really, Nana? You saw this in a dream? I prefer being single. I just don't like drama, but I'm happy single. So check this out. A lot of times, we say that we are happy as single, which is not a bad thing. Because single is not. I don't think that's the single married relationship. I don't think that stuff should be even a damn thing that we use. I think we just use those things to identify ourselves. And I don't know why we identify ourselves in those. I think those titles, those statuses are toxic, because there's sometimes people take a meaning to it. Number one, you're gonna always be single. That's the law of nature. You're gonna always be single. Single is something that you were born single. I think the illusion of having somebody next to us, we think that is any different. There's no different from being married. You are single. You just have somebody that you are talking to. Somebody who's a relationship. You're somebody that who you talking to. You probably having sex. You probably release life. Release orgasm. But in all reality, you're single just like everybody else. Because you know what? Ain't nobody in your thoughts. Ain't nobody in your understanding. Ain't nobody, fully gets you. Ain't nobody understand your trauma. Ain't nobody understand how you feel. Nobody will know that. People can say, "Oh, I listen to you," but nobody gets it. The therapist could say, "Oh, that's why." No, they don't get it. They don't get it. Those titles come with expectation. So a lot of times we are saying that, and when you understand what you just said, like for instance. And Rosie, that's fine. I mean, it's fine to disagree. It's perfectly fine. But check this out, right? When we say I am single because I don't want no drama. So now we are just understanding that we're single because we don't want drama. So now it's based on fear. It's based on... Because you can be in a relationship and don't experience drama. Do you know? Do you know you can be in a relationship and still don't experience drama? So to say, and this is not a bad thing, it's just a popular thing. It's popular. I'm single because I don't want drama. Not all relationship comes with drama. Not all relationship carries drama. There are some people with relationship that have complete open understanding. So to say I don't want relationship because there's too much drama there, it's just saying that relationship and drama comes together. It's just relation. The relation is too strong, and it's really not. But based on how we are so programmed to think that let's bring our half and half, I asked my son the other day, what's 1 + 1? And he said 2. So I said, you know what? I asked my daughter. She's 3. I said, baby girl, what's 1 + 1? She said 2. I said, man, that makes sense. My father for me. Hey, Simone, how are you doing? Why are you? I don't know. I'm just awake. My son said 1 + 1 is 2, Daddy. I said, you sure? So I said, but why is it people like to think, when one person come together with one person, they gotta be one? Why 1 + 1 is 1 in church? Is 1 + 1 is in Ephesians? For some reason, 1 + 1 is in people's mind when they get married. 1 + 1 is 1. But check this out. What's half plus half? Seriously, what is half plus half? What is 0.5 plus 0.5? Can anybody add that up? Seriously, like let's be smart, because I think we take, we've been saying these things for so long that we just, if half plus half is 1, if half plus half is 1, how is 1 + 1 1 too? It don't make no sense. If half plus half is 1, how is 1 + 1 1? Let's come together and be one. And now when we realize that we can't be one, then we suffer. You see what I'm saying? When we realize two whole individuals as one unit, to have people coming together create one whole entire damn mess. You know what I mean? There's one whole mess. But when you realize that 1 + 1 is not 1, then you suffer. Hey, Jacqueline, we're not dancing and singing to them, man. We're not doing that. We're talking some serious stuff. I ain't cute right now. I ain't fine or sexy right now. That's not what we're talking about. But seriously, I think a lot of times it's logic, right? It's logic. Hey, Enjoy, how you doing? So I'm saying, all I'm saying is this right here. Because it's not 0.5 of a person, it's a whole, it's not, or it is a whole person. So check this out. We come together as a unit, and we think that, hey God, how are you? And we think that, we should be the same, have the same thoughts, have the same goals, have the same aspiration. And then when we realize that we don't, we suffer. Oh my God, we should, but why don't you want to be what I do? Why don't you want to be what I am? Why don't you want to grow like how I'm growing? Why don't you want to speak like how I'm speaking? Why don't you want to dress like how I'm dressing? Why don't you speak? Oh, why don't you go to the church that I go to? Why don't you have the same spiritual beliefs that I have? So we want this one thing. And when you realize that this shit don't work, because it's impossible, because you can't even be one with yourself. You see what I'm saying? You can't even be one with yourself. So to be one with yourself, to be one with yourself is freaking, it's just, oh my God, it's hard. No, you want to be one with someone else, and it's just chaos. Now, hear this right here. And, the church and stuff and religion teach us all these things. Humans are the problem. People love to argue to be relevant. Facts. And you know what? I mean, listen. People have their own experiences. Everybody have their own experiences. Everybody think what marriage should be, what life should be, what relationship should be. Okay? But nobody wants to be one with themselves first. People want to join unions to be one with someone else. And then we realize that the rate of a divorce is about 50% first marriage. Second and third marriage is about 70%. You see what I'm saying? To understand yourself is awareness. I agree. It's completely. I completely agree. But I'm saying, so my what I'm talking about is, we wait for people to figure out our worth. We wait for people to figure out our worth, right? We're waiting forever. You don't love me. You will never love me. And Jenny, I will see that that I figured that you think that I'm talking about myself. I don't talk about myself on this social media stuff. I don't talk about my own personal life. I don't talk about my life on here. I got too many people. I got 300,000+ people. I don't talk about my life. I don't talk about my relationships, my all them stuff. Because ain't nobody's business. You know what I mean? How long did it take each of you to find yourself after kids, marriage, career? You know what, though? That's a great question, right? How long did you take to find? That's a great question. Because you know what? You never lost yourself. You just didn't like what you saw, right? A lot of times, you still find me. But here's the thing. You don't have to find you. You are right there. You are literally right there. We think that we have to find ourselves. Hey, Joanne, how are you? We believe that we have to find ourselves. But in all reality, you don't. Because you have to be aware of yourself, like somebody said. You have to be aware of yourself. There's nothing to find. You are right there. When you become aware of yourself, you are right there. But since we don't want to accept and take accountability for what we are, because we are a mess, we are jealous, we are angry, we have trauma, we have this going on, we have that going on. So we say, I can't find myself. But that is you in that mix. That's you doing all these things. This is where you're at. Because first, before you put in a destination in a GPS, it is to find its way. First, it has to tell you that you are right here first. It's a continuing journey. You know what I'm saying? Hey Gambia, how are you doing? Before when you type in your destination where you're going in a GPS, it says right now you are here. But we don't want to accept where we're at. So we say that we can't find ourselves. But in all reality, the faster you recognize where you're at is the faster that you can move. But so we are programmed to think, if I don't like where I'm at, I can't find myself. But when I like where I'm at, when life is looking good, when life is feeling productive, when life is feeling like it feels better, now I can find myself. But you was always there. But you just can't see yourself through the issues. Thank you, Tamara. See, because we think that, life is just light without darkness. No, there's light and darkness. You're going to be in the darkness too. You're going to be in the darkness. You're going to be finding yourself, and you're still right there. Even if you are in the darkness, you know exactly where you're at. Because you know why? You can feel. Even if you can't see, you can feel. You know your place in this earth because you have this GPS in your body that you can say, I am in my room right now. Even though it's listen, if I turn the light off, seriously, if I turn the light off right now in my room, if I turn off my light, I know exactly where I'm at. I'm right here still. See what I'm saying? I'm right here still. So many of us just don't want to accept where we are. We do go through different stages. Definitely, we definitely go through different stages. The issues are a wake up call out of your darkness to find you. Yeah, man. But what I was saying, what I wanted to talk about today, because I just saw, like I said, I saw a video about this woman say that if a man don't find your value, to leave, which I agree with. If a man or woman don't find your value, whether man or woman, if somebody don't find your value, if somebody can't recognize your value, because you don't find value, you recognize value. It's like you don't find your soulmate, you recognize your soulmate, right? You know what I mean? It's like you're like, oh, that's him or her, because there's no looking. Cause everybody want to find, I'm looking for love. I'm looking for my partner. I'm looking for a man, or I'm looking for a woman. I'm looking for a wife. I'm looking for a husband. And we look for all these things, but we don't find these things. We recognize these things. Like, we don't find a soulmate. We don't find a twin flame. We don't find these things because there's nothing to find. Because number one, we attract. We don't find. We always attract. And even if you're attracting garbage, you're still attracting it. If you're attracting good, you're attracting it. If you're attracting bad, you're still attracting it. You know what I mean? Hey, Shanice, how we doing? So we have to understand that we don't look, we attract. So many of us are on this journey to find. What is there to find? You know what I mean? Yeah, Rosie. I mean, and that's fine. Yeah, we don't always have to agree. I mean, there's no disrespect in disagreeing. I don't mind that, I'm not agree. I mean, that's not. If I mind, I think my ego would be too big. We attract what we think of that, and that's true. But see how we attract is from based on our vibrations, right? Because our body vibrates, but our thoughts is what makes us vibrate at a certain level of vibration. Our thoughts. And as we think about ourselves and how we feel about ourselves and how we feel about what happened in the past and how we feel about tomorrow, how we feel about what we look like, what we sound like, what all those things change our frequency, and we are vibrating all day, every day. So and as we vibrate, sometimes you just attract, and some days you feel better. But on the days that you feel better, focus on what you attract. On the days when you feel shitty, you glad you attracted me? On the days that you're feeling shitty, focus on what's coming to you, because a lot of time what's coming to you is not what you're gonna want. See, many of us, we don't look at the differences. We don't look at our own frequency, right? Because your frequency moves. It freaking moves. It's up, down. Some days you have happy days when you're at work and you get a promotion. You go up, bam. Some days when you wake up in the morning and you just feel tired and drained and something happened to your kids, it just drops. Bam! Understand, it's like going to the grocery store on an empty stomach. That's one of the worst things to do. Is when you're hungry, trying to go to the grocery store, you are going to pick up junk. You are going to, it's going to look extra good because it wants to bring you up very quickly. It wants to give you that rush. It's like sometimes when I go to the gym, Hey, Kenny, Sean, how you doing? Sometimes when I go to the gym and I lift heavy, if I don't eat enough, my blood sugar drops. And when my blood sugar drops, I have to go and get some candy, some chips, and some soda, and I'm just gonna eat it really quick. So sometimes when you're hungry, or when you're hungry and go to the grocery store, these foods look really good because they want your body needs to feed. It needs to feed, so everything looks good. It's like when you are horny. A lot of times, a lot of things start looking good. Because if you wait until you are extremely horny to find somebody or to be with, you're gonna just pick based on what the hell is going on in your body or in your mind. So we have to be aware. We have to be walking around here filled on love, on peace, on happiness, and joy. And when we fill on those things, balance and harmony and all that stuff, when you fill on those things, you are most likely you're gonna vibrate at a certain level. And when you are vibrating on that level, 90% you are attracting that thing. However, you're going to attract lower vibrational stuff too. So you don't only attract, listen, when you turn a light bulb on, you know what I mean? Like when you turn on a light bulb, when the light goes on, you don't see the light attracting light. The light attracts darkness. It attracts bugs. It attracts flies. It attracts everything. It attracts you. See what I'm saying? It attracts all these things. So understand that even if your light is shining, you're gonna still attract everything too. Because some people want to see. Some wanna, some want your light to show them their path. You know what I mean? Hey Tony, balance, harmony, joy, compassion, facts. Some want your light to just show them their path. And you understand what that means? Some just using your light just for their own benefits. Sometimes that's just what it is. You know what I mean? What's up, Luscious Carly? How are you doing? So we have to understand. So just because you shine in your light doesn't mean that you're going to always meet those people that you want or that you need. But a lot of times what's going to happen if you don't know how to discern what's coming to you. See, the light bulb don't discern if it's a bug, if it's a fly, if it's humans. It don't discern it. It just, his light just shine. But the light bulb ain't looking for nobody specific. He just want to brighten up your way. So we have to understand. We have to understand that on days when you're up, when you shine in your light, then people are gonna come to you. People who have low vibrations, people who are sick. Luscious, okay, I got you. People who are sick, people who are tired, people who are drained, people who are sad, people who are happy, people who are healed, people who are healthy. Everybody loves light. If I'm light, I love light too. You know what I mean? But sometimes, if I'm dark on days, I want somebody who's light because I want to feel better. Because the best way to feel better is go around somebody who has light. The best way to feel better is to actually attract people. I mean, is to actually see the light and go towards the light. You say if you attract unstable energy, you have to become aware and do the inner work. Sometimes listen, we don't just attract one energy. We attract that range. We attract the same frequency, the lower frequency, low frequency, just like the light bulb attract the flies and humans and everything else. You attract everything. But if you are on a certain frequency, yes, you are going to attract your frequency. And you're going to attract lower frequency, sometimes even a higher frequency. Now, it's up to you to use your frequency. Use your ability to speak, your discernment, your mind, your energy, your understanding to actually see the one who is for you. Is you, because you have to discern. Now you have to pick. Because you attract a wide range of energy. You attract a lot of things. Not that you attract it, things are drawn to you. So I'm not saying that you attract them, but everything is drawn to you. Even when you look at the Bible, when it says, if a light is on top of a hill, everybody's going to see it. Everybody's going to see it, right? And when everybody see the light, they want to walk to the light because like something special about the light. So they want to walk to the light. It's just that they don't want to use your light for what you want to use it for. Sometimes they want to just abuse your light. They want to just use it up, burn it out. And then they can't replace your oil. They can't replace your, what you need. So now it's up to us to understand how this works. Because you have to understand how it works. You have to understand discernment. And many of us, unfortunately, don't know discernment. We don't have discernment. We just take anything. When something is wrong, I feel it in my stomach. See? Hey, some of us have that gift, man. Have to discern the difference. Yeah, you gotta discern the difference. Because you just don't attract one thing. That would become, it sounds good. Same to you, Jenny. You have a beautiful day too. When some people go towards the light, they are told to go back. True. Sometimes you kick people back. There we go. What's confirmed? So you can when you walk into the room. Some people say you could cut the atmosphere with. Cut it with what? But yeah, man. But all I'm saying, my original message on here, like I said, I just saw somebody speaking about a man should know your worth. If he doesn't know your worth, then you should leave. And being abused, you love what? What do you love when you're being abused? Drama, you mean? Yes, we have to learn discernment for real. We have to learn discernment. When you are being abused, you lose discernment. You know what? I agree, especially when you are being. But you know what though? When you develop a stronger heart chakra, because I think when you're being abused so much, your heart chakra becomes weaker, right? A heart chakra, your heart chakra becomes weaker. Your heart chakra becomes a sufferer. Your heart chakra becomes, your sacral chakra, your all your chakras just get weaker, off balance, the imbalance. Just your entire chakra is just out of harmony with everything else. And discernment is one of them things that goes when your heart chakra goes. So when your heart chakra goes, the discernment goes, because the heart is the strongest organ. The heart chakra is the strongest chakra, and it sends out this very strong electrical charge, and it feels everything. You know what I'm saying? It connects to everything, so therefore it feels everything. So he knows if something is not for them, he knows something is for them. The heart, when you trust the heart, when you invest in your heart, see the heart could be a very big liar. You know what I mean? Like the heart could be a very big liar. The heart is very deceitful. But if you feed it, if you feed the heart, hey pleasure, how are you doing? If you invest in the heart, if you invest love, if you invest honor, if you invest trust and all them stuff, then the heart will actually give you back that type of stuff. So when your heart is being built, then discernment is being built. You know what I mean? Discernment will be built. Hey Tiffany, lead with your heart when you understand that you are leading with love. But if you ain't leading with love, leading with your heart is just, you know. Do you think a person without emotion can eventually love you? Well, everybody has emotions. I mean, I don't believe it's impossible for somebody not to have emotions. All emotions is energy in motion. That's all emotions are. Energy in motion. So it's moving energy. So energy doesn't stand still. Energy continues to move. Energy transfers. It's not created or destroyed, but it doesn't stay still. It's always moving. It's always evolving. So if you tell me somebody don't have emotions, that means that person is dead. That person has to be dead spiritually and physically, because it's impossible to not have emotions. Now, maybe that person don't, or maybe they suppress their emotions. But if a person suppress their emotion, a lot of times they will experience a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, a lot of suffering. But that, I think what's up, Kaiser? But everybody has emotions. Emotions is a very natural thing for humans, or for most animals actually. Let me rephrase that. Someone who has a cold heart and is afraid to love. I think those people we're gonna start to leave alone. I think those people. What's up, guys? I'm good, man. I'm chilling. I think when you realize that somebody is incapable of loving, like I said earlier. Hey, Mattis Mitch. Like I said earlier, somebody can't find their own worth. They can't find yours. You gotta find your worth first before you find someone else's worth. You can't find their worth. You recognize their worth because you only recognize it within you, right? So if you say that somebody is cold and they're afraid to love, leave them people alone. Them people ain't ready for a relationship. I think we're trying to get with these people to make them ready. Like we trying to get them to make them ready. You can't make nobody ready. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. I believe that sometimes there are some people who don't mean no harm. They just went through some things. And sometimes the people that they're with, they can assist them in bringing their hearts back into a place where, by loving them, by being patient with them, by being kind and, doing the compassionate stuff and showing them empathy. I think sometimes you can nurse somebody's back, their heart back to a safe place. Sometimes we can do that. But a lot of times people don't want that because they're not ready for that yet. Hey, Michelle, how are you doing? They're not ready for that. Everybody is not ready for that. So when we have to start to learn self-care. A part of self-care, yeah, right, Miss Otter? Boundaries, right? A part of self-care is to actually leave that drama stuff alone. Don't bring it. And boundaries is a part of self-care. But you have to practice self-care. I think many times we try to influence people in being with us because, because many times we see the potential. You have potential, she has potential, he has potential. We see potential. But sometimes you have to understand that potential is just stored energy. Potential is what this universe is. Potential is what 99.99999% of this universe of energy is. It's potential energy. Is pure potentiality. So understand that potential is not right now in use. And if it's not in use, listen, leave people alone. Because sometimes, but I think it's something in us. I think it's something in us that we draw those people and we try to heal. We try to do that God's work. We trying to make them want us. And I think it makes us feel like we are adequate, like we are relevant. Because a lot of times you're gonna experience that a lot of times we want that in our life because it makes us feel like we are enough. Because many times, especially if you're a giver, one of our biggest things, because many of us are givers and we are being used to giving our friends, our family, relationship. You give and you give and you're being used to giving. You have been given for many years and you don't really get back. And you don't really care to get back. But you have been given, you are given, you are given, and you are given. And after a while, when you are given, you become used to giving because you don't want to get back. Because now you cut off the whole circle of the law of giving and receiving. Because if you can't receive, the law of giving don't work. If it doesn't receive, the law of giving and receiving don't work. It's not a complete cycle. So you have been given, so you don't know how to receive. So when a whole person, when 100% the whole person, hey Adam, when a whole person come to you and start giving to you, you feel like, well, if you gotta give me, I can't receive. That's too much. That's too good to be true. And if you can't receive, it's not gonna work. You can never be complete if you can't receive. See what I'm saying? But you are so used to give so much that even when somebody come and try to give to you, you feel like you have to do more. Like you feel like, oh, something is wrong. Like, I can't take this from you. So now you can't take their kindness, you can't take their love, you can't take what their material things that they're giving because you have no idea. So now it's not gonna work. So now to find a decent partner, it doesn't work. So because you feel like you have to give to feel relevant. Because when you are given things, you feel like you are not enough. They take away the power from you. If you give it, that means I'm not enough. Then you probably can't love me because you feel like I'm taking things from you. I don't want to feel like I'm taking, I don't want to feel like you giving me and you feel, you know what I'm saying? So you have that complex about yourself. So you are saying if they say they are not ready for a relationship, we should work. Yes. Working out what? What's the workout? If a person ain't ready for if they're telling you with their mouth that they're not ready for a relationship, it's because a lot of times they don't want you. So let's be real. Okay, now, I'm gonna be honest. From a man perspective. I'm gonna be real with you from a man's perspective. I'm gonna tell you multiple reasons why a man would say he's not ready. And I'm gonna be honest with you because I use these excuses. I use these words too. I'm not ready. If a man ain't ready. If a man saying he's not ready for a relationship, number one, it means he's not ready. Number two, it means he doesn't want you. Because when a man wants you, he gets ready. I don't think we understand this. A man, when he's ready, he's gonna be, listen, if he ain't ready, he's gonna get ready. He gets ready for the one he wants. I promise you that this is how men operate. This is the masculine energy. That's the masculine misunderstood energy. If a man is saying he don't want you, he's not ready. That means he doesn't want you. And he's still looking. Now, it could be he's still on a self journey where he don't want to hurt you, but he know if he stays with you, hurt will come. Because he's not in a place where he's prepared for another being, another human in his life. He's not there. So that means hurt will come to you. Hurt comes anyways if you don't believe what he's saying. Number three, so he doesn't want you, he's not ready for you, and he might hurt you. So when a man says he's not ready, understand this. A lot of times, let me tell you what's happening. Hey beauty, how we doing? Many times, let me tell you what's happening. If a man says he's not ready, guess what? He still wants sex from the woman. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. Does he still want sex? If he still wants sex, that means it's not that he's not ready. It means he doesn't want you seriously. He wants to take from you. Now, I'm not bashing men, but I'm saying it from a perspective that I understand. If he still want to sleep with you and he's still ready to come over, he's still ready to pull his pants down and take your clothes off, understand what he's ready for is not what you want. He's ready for sexual activities. You have to understand this. If I'm not ready for you, I shouldn't touch you. If I'm not ready for you, I shouldn't lay with you. If I'm not ready to be with you, I shouldn't have sex with you. Because sex starts those little bonds and those confusion and those hormones and feeling like it's the oxytocin and all them other stuff going on in your body, and you think it's real, and it causes confusion. Understand, if a man doesn't want you, don't let him touch you. Protect yourself. Because now STDs will follow. Not just sexual transmitted disease, but the spiritual disease. It's going to come. So you have to understand. So if he doesn't really want you, so if he doesn't want you, he won't sleep with you, he won't be with you, and he won't lead you on. If he's doing those things, he's leading you on, he's literally actively pursuing sex with you, then it's because he doesn't want you. He is waiting for the next woman, a better one. Hey Lisa, how you doing? Hey Rosetta, he's waiting for a better one. Does that make sense? Because that's what I did back in the days. That's what I did. Thank you all for the gifts. I'm just being honest. I ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I ain't trying to disrespect nobody. But that's what people do. I mean, don't get me wrong. Women do it too. Women do it too. Danny, good evening. Yeah, it makes sense. So you gotta be careful. So when a man says his mouth, he's not ready, take it and go. Don't get connected. Don't get attached. Don't think that he's gonna change his mind, because he doesn't. He doesn't. If he's not ready for you when he meets you, he's not gonna be ready for you. He could be ready in 2 months for another woman. That's why a lot of men, they will be with a woman for 10 years and get married in 2 months with another woman, because he gets ready for her. He ain't ready for you. He doesn't get... Do we understand what the masculine energy is? What is the definition of better in the context? Better, I don't believe it's better. Something that he wants, something that he connects to, something that he wants for himself. I mean, better better for you personally, like better for your needs, but better, people are not better. I don't think nobody's better. I think the word better is a form of judgment that he will use personally within himself. But better don't exist. But the one that he wants, I should say. 1 year today, single, love my... That's amazing. That's amazing. I had to learn this 9 years ago. I'm telling you, a man will get ready if he's not ready for you. If he wants you, he gets ready. You know, men give up their entire life. Men give up their leadership positions. Men give up their money. Men give up their life for the woman. Like men will give up. Men will take the biggest risk. Men will take the biggest risk for a woman. Men will, in their jobs and their career fields, they give up their family. Listen, if a man wants you, the one thing about men, that masculine energy is ridiculous. That thing is, we charge. But if he doesn't want you, he doesn't charge. That's just how natural it is. Now these days, here's the problem. These days, if the man backs off, the woman comes on stronger. Tell me I'm lying. If the man is not trying, because we don't know the difference between somebody who's being kind and somebody who's pursuing you. You don't know the difference when somebody's pursuing you. That's the biggest problem, because social media has messed us up. We don't know the difference when somebody actually is actively pursuing us from when somebody's actually just like us. Somebody could like you and still don't want you. Do we know that? Not everybody who like you want to pursue you. People just like, oh, I like her. Oh, I like him. But if I say I like you now, you're gonna pursue me now. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to get you don't want to lose that chance. So you think that you gotta put the work in. The feminine energy don't work like that. I gave up jobs, friends, family, all to have a 16-year-old divorce. Man, that's deep. That's deep. But you know what though? So I'm gonna go to a different angle. And don't take me the wrong way, brother. Glenn Johnson, thank you for joining my live too, by the way. But they will say they miss you just to get the good knowing. Oh yeah. So here's the thing, right? Here's how I see relationships. Now, many people don't see it like me. Many people don't understand what I'm talking about because everybody is programmed. I mean, a lot of us are programmed a certain specific way. I have to change that programming so that, happiness stays. But a lot of times, stay right there. Stay right where. A lot of times, what we do, we have this vision in our head that we want our relationship to last this long, be this long, and do this long. But in all reality, it should last as long as it lasts. It shouldn't be no regrets. It shouldn't be no anger. Hey, Half Sarah, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm up late. I slept earlier today. It shouldn't be no regrets. It shouldn't be no anger. It shouldn't be, because when time to split. When we are with somebody, it is very important. It is very. Oh, I'm sorry. Vibrating higher. I completely changed that mindset. You helped me change that. Thank you, Gina. Thank you. But yeah, you have to understand that if you are in a relationship, experience it. It's not for you to suffer, for you to regret. It's for you to have anxiety, for you to have resentment. If you're in a relationship, learn, just love, just enjoy the moments. Because all you have is a moment. Learn to enjoy the moments. Don't focus on when it ends. Don't focus on what if it ends. You're not wasting time if you're enjoying the moment. You can never waste time if you are enjoying the moment. You are never wasting time if you are indulging in the moment. The only time you waste time is when you hated the entire relationship, hoping something might work, hoping that they will change, suffering every single day. Oh my God, when? No, you're just wasting your time because you suffer the entire way. You suffered the entire time, and then waiting for a time that you're gonna suffer even more, which is after the relationship, you suffer even more. So, if you're eating a piece of cake, enjoy the cake. Don't think about it getting you fat. Don't think about when it's gonna be finished. Don't think about what's gonna happen after your body after you eat it. Just enjoy the damn cake. The problem is we suffer every damn thing. If you want to eat a piece of cake, oh my God, if I eat the cake, I'm gonna get fat. I'm gonna feel terrible. You're already telling yourself what's gonna happen, so you are ruining the entire moment. You are telling yourself, man, no. You are telling yourself what's gonna happen. So now as you're eating it, you're hearing your mind say, oh my God, I'm gonna get fat. So you can't even enjoy it. There's no enjoyment. You see what I'm saying? That was her always negative. Now you can't enjoy it. So now when you're in a relationship, oh my God, what if he leaves? What if she leaves? What if this don't work? You can't enjoy it. Because you're living in like an anxious survival state. Yesterday in history, tomorrow mystery. Yeah, for real. So we have to understand. We have to reprogram our mind to realize relationships is not what it's supposed to be. What we think, I think we think relationship completes us. It doesn't. You already completed. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you how you completed. Okay. Let me tell you how you completed. You have a level of masculine energy and a level of feminine energy. You put that together when it's balanced, it creates a complete consciousness. This consciousness becomes beautiful because now you are balanced. Everything is working right. When a man and a woman come together, life is created. When your feminine and your masculine come together, life is created. Balance is created. A man is already complete. Now, if you want to have children, then yes, you need the body parts of a woman. Now, a man and a woman, I'm going to take this wrong, but there's no differences except physical differences. Humans are humans. What you was taught, what you thought, what you was taught, what you was told, what you see, what you experience, what women are, women should be, that's what you became. So we think they are different. We are no different. There's no difference in a woman or a man except the physical parts. And they are only manifestation to create more life. That's the only difference. You see what I'm saying? That's the only difference. So now here we are thinking that we are so different. Men are from all over. We're not different. We're just programmed differently. We're the same thing. Physically we are. So you see, we still have, I've been seeing women all my life. Since I was born, I was seeing women. I see my mom, I see my sisters, I've been a woman. Yet I look at women still, I'm like, oh my God, no, that should be we should be over that stage. Like we've been looking at people all our life. You see men today showing their print and you staring. You haven't seen that before. You've seen it before. Why are we so programmed to see that? Because we keep seeing the differences. We keep seeing the sexual parts. So that's why we are effed up. That's why we are so confused, because we are seeing what we want to see instead of seeing what really is there. There's no differences. We are the same. You just have a vagina. You come with a vagina and big breasts. I have breasts too, but mine isn't as big as yours. And I have something that fits in yours, and that's the only differences. That's it. I think we think now when you have a relationship, it's very simple. Enjoy the damn moment. Enjoy. Have fun. But no, people can't do that because I need to use you to get to my next level. What next level? You know what I mean? I need to use you to get to my... What can you do for me? Well, we quick to ask the question, what can you do for me? Well, what can I do for you? Huh? So I have to create something in my head, what I could do for you. And the things that you want me to do for you is things that you can do for yourself. No, I understand. You know, I understand. I'm not gonna be with you if I'm already broke and you're broke. I don't think it makes sense because we're gonna suffer in this world where money is a controller. You know, is a controller. I ain't gonna do it. It's all love, huh? I'm telling you, man. We don't want to enjoy the moment. We suffer the moment by thinking about the next moment. What if when this moment is finished, what's gonna happen? You know, when you get tired of me, what's gonna happen? After we have sex, what's gonna happen? What happened when I get fat? What happened if I get a big stomach? So we ask them stupid questions. What if I get in an accident and I lose my face? Well, are you gonna still stay with me? Listen, enjoy the moment right now. When the moment you begin to enjoy the moment, the next level is what got the divorce. That's what she looked for. When you don't enjoy the moment, then you're gonna regret the entire experience. The experience is not to regret, it's to teach us. It's to evolve us. It's to bring an experience to us. But the more you indulge and the more you experience and the more you love the experience, you don't lose. You can't lose. There's no suffering at the end. Everybody keep talking about, I need healing. You know the answer? I didn't see the last question. My glasses ain't on and I didn't see it. No, everybody talking about, I need healing. I need healing. What's up, Kim? What? Kim, I didn't know you was on here still. What's going on with you? Long time no see. I ain't seen you in ages. Yeah, everybody want to say, I need healing. But why do you need healing? Because you don't want to accept what happened. Because if you were being abused for 14 years, if you were being disrespected, dishonored, disempowered, abused, you know, you were being for 14 years, then you should have been gone. Hey, you need, so you doing? Seriously. I mean, if you were being abused this whole time, what the hell is wrong with you? How can you say you need healing now? How come we didn't leave long time ago, but we stay? We stay because we can't see our own worth. You waiting for me to find your worth. You're going to lose your worth. I'm glad to see you too. I'm good to see you too. I'm glad that to see you, Kim. I was thinking about you like 3 days ago. I was like, I ain't see Kim in a while. Kim got a boo and Kim stopped saying hi. Hey, Coleman, how you doing? Good to see you too. Good, Eunice. Good. I'm glad. But yeah, a lot of times, so here's the real. Now, I'm talking to the woman. Starts with you. Yeah. A lot of women don't know their worth. You got to engage. Oh, congratulations. Well, I usually don't say that, congratulations, because it ain't like you was ridiculous. It ain't like you was retarded or handicapped and you couldn't find a man. So I shouldn't say congratulations. But I'm like, I'm happy for you. If you are happy, I am happy for you. I'm happy with you. I'm joining your celebration. So let me say this. You're welcome. Hey, for you. Or for you. I don't know what it's supposed to be. She? Shy? Man. A lot of women don't know their worth. I think a lot of women base their worth on because they're a woman, you know. And I could cook, you know, like you know how that little stupid dude, what's his name, Kevin Samuel, that ridiculous, whatever that so whole crap was with Kevin Samuel. A lot of, you know, the problem was a lot of women believed him. That's why they didn't like him. They believed him because people say Kevin Samuel had all these men going crazy. Listen, number one, Kevin Samuel was like a freaking what do you call it? The other ridiculous dude, the old president, the last president. Not saying that this one is better or worse, but I'm saying the last one, Trump. All Trump did, a rush. Okay, I rush you. Okay, all Trump did was Trump didn't change anything. Trump just got like-minded people together. And they became more bold and they became more brave to say and do what they wanted to do. Trump didn't change a man who was already focused on one thing to become like Trump. No, Trump, his voice, what he did, he called everybody out who believed what he believed or who see what he stand for, and they came together. Trump didn't change nobody. Trump just encouraged what he encouraged within his people. So when you look at dude like Kevin Samuels didn't change no man or make men come together. Kevin Samuels spoke, and the ones who was already in that mindset elevated to him. They gravitated to Kevin Samuels. The women who didn't find their worth or know their worth, they're the one who called him, asking these dumbass questions, asking these stupid questions. And when he gave them the dumbass answer, they got mad. So now everybody hated the man. The man was just doing his part. He brought these men together who thought like him, these alpha males or whatever you call those men. He wasn't even an alpha male. He was just a feminine dude. So I don't understand this alpha male talk from Kevin Samuels. I don't get it. How a feminine man created alpha males. But anyways, but he just, when he spoke, everybody came together who believed what he believed and who thought how he thought. And everybody's like, oh my God. Even the woman who believed that their worth was based on the physicalities of life, the physicalities of their having kids. If you being your age 35 or being single and being this, your value was calculated by a man's definition of understanding when your value was never created down here on earth. I don't understand why you listen. So now people like me never listen. I watched one of his videos. I was like, people listen to this? Next. Wasn't interested. A man who thought like that? Oh, this man talking deep. This man is powerful. Here comes a woman who believed her worth was garbage too. So you telling me and he talking, disrespectful to her, cursing her out, and I'm talking, and she listening, and I'm like, man, that's why they hated him. They heard what they wanted to hear. Yeah, they set themselves up. Random question: are you Jamaican? No, I'm not. I'm not Jamaican. I'm from St. Vincent. Okay. In regards to the previous convo about when a guy says he's not ready, you still with that ready for relationship stuff? Listen, if a man ain't ready, he not ready. If a man ain't ready, leave the man alone. Like seriously, if the man ain't ready, leave him alone. It's like you buy. You know what? When a man say he's not ready, after a while, right? What's going on, Mr. Kirk? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, brother? If a man say he's not ready, now you begin to bother him. A lot of times, when a man say he's not ready and you're trying to get him ready, after a while you become annoying. He thinks that you annoying. You become annoying. He don't want to come around you because every time he speaks, you want to say something. I think, but I don't understand why you're not ready. Why you don't want to be with me? If you gotta force somebody to see your, listen. When you start to force people to see your worth, you start to lose it. You stop seeing it, because after a while you really don't see it. I must not have it either. If a man say he's not ready, they have 3.54. There's 4 billion other men out there. We got this thing about letting one man just ruin our entire life. We got we give the one man a privilege of ruining our entire life. This is what I just said. We give one man the privilege to ruin our entire life. Ain't that something, man? Like, ain't that something? If he says he's not ready. I didn't see that question low. Hey, plant-based, how are you doing? Long time no see. Where you been? Okay, let me see your question that you were asking, because I think you have a question, because I didn't see your question, because you say you didn't answer my last question. Okay. Nope, I don't see the question at all, and I'm scrolling, so maybe it didn't come through. Sometimes your stuff don't come through that you think that's coming through. Not every comment come through. That didn't come through. When you meet your mirror, there is no other. Facts, man. Those are powerful words. Thank you, Michelle. When a man is not ready and you insist, then you are called in for trouble. Facts, leading to resentment. Because I'll be pissed off. Like, God damn, I just told you yesterday. Like, leave me alone. Like, God, you annoying as hell. I'm telling you. They don't be ready, but when you leave, work on your glue. So, yeah, So what they're not ready for is a commitment, okay? So when a man says he's not ready, it means he's not ready for a commitment. However, he still wants the boundaries that you have created. He still wants the little romantic stuff. Because a lot of times, when a man tells a woman he's not ready, she still sleeps with him. She still get a little touchy. She still tries to be with him. So by giving him enticing things, and because I think a lot of times a lot of women think that they could make a man ready. Let's tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. I have a lot of women on this page. Hey Felicia. A lot of women think that they could make a man ready. A lot of women think that. Let me tell you this. You can't. It's very hard. That's a very hard task that you are stressing yourself with. Seriously, a lot of women think that they could make a man ready. So you're gonna think that if you have sex with him better, like if the sex is better, if the sex is, if I sleep with you better, if the sex is better, if I cook for you, and if I clean your house, you gotta see what value I bring. That's not true. Some people ain't looking for that. Some don't want that. Some just don't want that responsibility of you. Some just don't recognize you because they can't recognize themselves. You can't change a man. And we think that a man is going to change for you. Let me tell you this. I'm all woman. Let me not just say man, because I have men and women in my life. A person ain't changing for you. A person change for themselves. And let me tell you why they change for themselves. A lot of men will change. And changing is not really a good word. Transform is a better word. But a lot of people will change. Because when you change, you only change in like one part. You only change in little parts of you that somebody wants. So the change is really not permanent. The change is just, I'm behaving this way until. So the change becomes a behavior. I'm just behaving this way until. Because it benefited me. But the reason why people change. The reason why people change is because they are benefiting themselves. So if I change, then I will experience your love on me. I don't want to. It feels good. I like the things that you do. I don't want to stop having them. I'm enjoying it. I love how it feels. I love how it tastes. I love how it looks. I love how it sounds. So let me change myself so I could benefit from this continuously. This is why people change. They don't change because of you. They change so that they can experience what they have experienced because that's what they like. So they experience your cooking, they experience your body, they experience your mind, they experience your touch, they experience your sex, they experience your feel, they experience your thoughts. And they're like, oh man, I like to keep experiencing this. So let me change what I have to change so I could keep experiencing this. People ain't changing for you, man. I mean, they ain't. Rather than change to adapt to me. Man, listen, man, I'm telling you, we gotta be careful. We gotta be careful. Rather than change to adapt to me, I'd rather he grows to adapt to me. I'd rather her becomes her better self. I'd rather her becomes a better self. To hell with me. I don't want to be in the mix. I want her. See, for me, and people don't understand. People think, I think it's I don't want it to be, I want it to be about you. I want you to grow. I want you to be inspired. I want you to always feel good. I want you to always look good. I want you to always be strong. Always in a place of happiness and joy. When a woman or a man, whoever you are with, is in a place where they are experiencing love within, I promise you, they are the best people to be with. They are the best. They give you the best experiences. So I don't need you to love me. I need you to love you. I don't need you to change. I need you to change for you. I need you to experience you, to feel you, and to value you. And when you find your value, and you value yourself, and you honor yourself, and you honor this, and you honor your peace, and now you good. I could walk and go to a different country, and you're right there because you're not bothered. You're not easily bothered. That's what we gotta understand. So I personally invest in my people so that they become a better version of themselves in a way that they want. Not because I want it, but I want them to be happy and pleased with themselves. So that is what I've learned over my last 7-8 years. So if I call somebody mine, I take it very serious. Listen, it's all about you. The better you is going to love me better. See what I'm saying? No, not that better exists. The stronger version of you will be stronger in the relationship. the kinder and sweeter and more loving version of you will be kinder and sweeter and loving in the relationship. The more confident you're gonna be confident. See, so now, but a lot of times people are afraid to do that, because if I allow you to be strong and confident, then you might leave me for somebody else. When all that crap. Do you really love them if they need them to change? That's a good question too. That's a damn good question. To be honest, that's what a lot of men want. So what a lot of women give, that what we was taught. I think women have it hard. I think you all have it hard because I think women was taught what to be to attract a man. You know, you gotta do this if you want to meet a man. You know, yeah, boy, I feel bad for you all. You know, you gotta do this. But men wasn't taught, you know, you gotta do this if you want a wife. No, we weren't taught that. Women was taught, you gotta be able to cook if you want a man. You gotta be able to clean if you want a man. You gotta be able to take care of babies if you want a man, take care of the house if you want. And so everything becomes, your identity becomes of having a man. And I think we stuck with it. That's why you stay in relationships that you don't like, because you are still joining your worth with a man's body or their worth, and you thinking that's I think that's the most trash that they taught us. Seriously. Your parents, yeah, Caboose, like for real. Let me see. Someone should love you for who you are. People don't listen. So it sounds good. People love you for who you are, but people love you for who they are. Now I know it's confusing. People love you. People can only love you based on how they love, based on how they are, based on who they are. People don't love you for who you are, especially when they love themselves conditionally. People love you based on the ability for them to love. How can so love you? See, people don't love you. A lot of times, people don't. Love is not because of you. Love is because of me. So my love is not because of you. It's because of me. Just, you know, like how they say, because he first loved me. You know, because Jesus first loved me. So, or God first loved me. So I love him. Because he didn't love me. The concept is he didn't love me because of who I was. He loved me because of who he was. So we understand that you have to love. You love based on who you are. Because a lot of times we can't see people's value because we can't see ours. So if you can't see your value, you can't see their value. And if you don't love you, it's very hard to love them, because it's confused. Because remember, everything's experienced in your mind. Love is experienced within you before it's experienced outside of you. So if the experience in you ain't doing anything, it's not going to work for them. If the experience in you creating an inviting, situation in you that's unhealthy, unpleasant, and all this anger and all this stuff, then the experience outside of you is going to create the same thing. So you can love based on who you are. Now we say people should love me for who I am, but however, let me ask you the question: do you love yourself for who you are? And be honest, because if you love yourself based on who you are, all this stuff that we keep, all this drama that we keep, all these thoughts that we keep, all this judgment that we judge to ourselves, all this guilt, all these insecurities we have, it's very hard to love yourself when you're insecure about yourself. It's very hard to love yourself when you don't like being by yourself. It's very hard to love yourself when you don't be yourself. Many times we are trying to be someone else that somebody else wants. Listen, the question is, do you really love yourself for who you are? Because if you do, to hell with whoever else don't. But a lot of us don't love ourselves for who we are. A lot of us don't love ourselves for who we are. A lot of us want to change this, we want to judge this. We're carrying all these sicknesses, we're carrying all these toxic thoughts, we're carrying all these expectations of ourselves that we can't meet. We beat ourselves up, we harass ourselves, we disrespect ourselves, we call ourselves names, we say harsh things about ourselves to ourselves. We always talking negatively about ourselves to people. You know, I ain't perfect either. I mean, I'm not good enough. You know, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not healed. You cause things within yourself. So a lot of us don't love ourselves like how we should, but we expect somebody to love us for us when we don't love us. When we don't love us for us. It's very hard to expect somebody to love you for you when you been there for 40-something years. And you can't love you for you. But I've been here for 2 years and you expect me to love you for you. It doesn't work like that. You must first teach me how you love you so I can match that. When you teach me how you love you, not teach me. When I see how you love you, I can only love you the same. If I'm not conscious of my love, I will see how you love you if you disrespect yourself, if you belittle yourself. Because let me tell you this: when you hold yourself at a high frequency to a certain standard, right? When you hold yourself to a certain standard, right? What happens is this: when your love, your joy, your happiness, your peace is a certain standard. When your stuff is a certain standard, if somebody else come to your life, and love you any differently, you will reject them naturally because it doesn't match. It doesn't feel the same. When your stuff start to be pulled, when your feelings start to change, when your vibes start to change, when your drama and the harmony that you had is not matching anymore, naturally you will walk away because you understand what it feels like to be at peace. See, many of us don't know what it feels like to be at peace. I'm talking about peace. Not just I'm okay by myself. I'm talking about peace. We don't know what it feels like to love. Or to be in love before the relationship. We don't know how it feels to be happy or joyful. We don't know how it feels to be balanced. Right? And Manzi, how we doing? And since we don't know how it feels to be in those situations, when we get with someone, if we don't know how to be already, then nothing is changing. So now that person will treat you bad and disrespect you, and you still stay thinking that it's okay, it's not that bad. But listen, it is that bad. Because when you have a high regard for yourself and you honor yourself in a way that is like light, when you honor yourself and hold yourself up high, I ain't talking about because of the car you drive and the house you live in. I'm talking about you honor yourself. I'm talking about your highest form of respect. Hey SKRG, how you doing? I'm talking about how you are kind to yourself. The way you speak to yourself, you speak it like you love somebody, like you speaking to your baby girl. Like when I talk to my daughter, if I love myself, I will speak to me in the same way I speak to my daughter. Like when I see her and I say, baby, you are perfect. Look at you, you're so beautiful. I will speak to myself the same way. See, many of us could give compliment to the people, but we can't give compliment to ourselves. If I love me, I will speak to myself as how I speak to my daughter. So you got to look at yourself. How do you speak to the one that you love the most? That's how you should speak to yourself. That's how you should treat yourself. That's how you should see yourself. That's how you should feel about yourself. You should be excited about yourself. You should be hyper about yourself. You should be amazed. You should feel blissful about yourself. Because if you experience that, if you can experience that within yourself, then when you move to a different relationship, before we go, we have nothing in us before we get in that relationship. So since we have nothing to go off of. So somebody is able to treat us terrible. I'm talking about I can't leave. I never get that. Man, you are having a whole conversation, huh? What if they belittle because they make more money? That means that person is egotistic. That person is an ego. That person is just some people are looking for somebody to control, not somebody to listen. Some people are looking for people to control. People don't want to be in a relationship because remember, the base relationship on what you bring to the table. That's what you call an alpha male perspective. This alpha male that you all think is something that's worth something, that he gotta be very masculine. And there's no masculine more than the other. Even if there's, I think we judge masculine based on how our emotions are angry. If I'm more angry, I'm an alpha male. If I don't know how to control my emotions, I'm an alpha male. If I'm stuck in a place where I am just cold, I'm an alpha male. No, that's a stupid male. That's not alpha male. That's a S male. That's a Sierra male. A stupid male. That's an immature male. Let me not say stupid male. Let me say an immature male. It's not an alpha male. That's an immature male. You know what I mean? I can't. I'm hard. I'm walking around strong all day. My muscles are out. You don't need that all day. You don't need that with your daughter. Like that's like me holding my daughter. That's like me doing this. But my daughter coming to me, I can't do this. Now I have to do this. I have to open. You have to have time when you open and when you close. There's times when you open, and there's times where there's time for everything. But I think we call these alpha males and we think that they are powerful because if a man is basing his money on your worth, then he's not. I think we put up with too much. And I understand why we do, because we are programmed to do it because society. But I think we put up with too much. I think, you know, this is how you get this thing fixed. What's up, African child? Let's hear. So this is how we should put this. Unfortunately, this might sound ignorant. Unfortunately, it might take the woman to change their standard before the man change. But I think if women don't accept certain behaviors, men have to be something different. Now, unfortunately, there's gonna be a bunch of women who accept not just nonsense, who put up with nonsense just to fulfill this law of nature that says everybody needs a woman or a man. Everybody needs to be in a relationship. And when you have that feeling, then you will put up with anything just to be in it, because that's your belief. Your mom told you that when you was younger. Your grandmother keep asking you when you're gonna be married. You know, your auntie keep asking you when you're gonna have a baby. So now you feel like you were rushed, you were forced, and they're looking down on you, right? Thank you so much, sweets. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, so especially when time is against me, I have to find a man or a woman now, because if not, my mom, I want to give her a baby before she dies. To hell with that. I promise you that. Now I ain't giving you. Listen, before you die, you already had a baby. You should have enjoyed this. You should, Listen, my mom had to live her life. Listen, my mom looked at me just the other day, right? Hey, thank you, thank you. My mom looked at me the other day. I called her FaceTime, and she looked at me. She like, "What's on your nose?" Right? She like, "What's on your nose?" I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "What do you think is on my nose?" It's the first time seeing it. She's like, is that a nose ring? I said, "Yeah." She said, "No, that's not a nose ring, because you know better." I said, "Tell me what I know. Tell me what I know." "Oh, you know better, because you know that it's wrong for a man to have a nose ring." I said, "Listen, that's your body. This is my body. I'm 42. I'm in my 40s. Come on, let it go. Let it go. I'm a grown." No, I wasn't disrespectful, but I'm like, come on, seriously, I'm a grown man. I can make up my own decision about my body. Not, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like, chill out. You're not gonna make me feel, oh my God, I'm not living to please not one person. I'm like, listen, pleasing you is like, please. You already had your time. Like, you in your 70s, you already had time. You already had your fun. You already had your time to shine and to play and to do your thing. You have 5 kids. Let me have my time. You know what I mean? I'm serious. Like, let me have my time. This is my dirt. This is my piece of dirt. This is my body. It's my piece of dirt. This dirt is gonna go back to the dirt when it's done. When my spirit leaves, or whatever it is, when my energy leaves, it goes back to the dirt. So don't put too much, don't put too much identity on the dirt. The dirt is gonna confuse you. I think that's what we do. We confuse us because we judge ourselves based on our ability to be able to procreate, our ability to fix stuff, to cook, to clean. Listen, who you are was identified before you came here. So whether you do what you can or what you can't, you still have the same value. Your value cannot be increased or decreased. Do we know this? Do we understand this? So I think many times we try to prove our worth. The moment you try to prove your worth is the moment you begin to lose it. Well, you don't lose it, but the moment that you start to lose it in your mind, thinking that, well, I'm not worth that much. Because your worth don't change. Your worth can't change. Just because you can't see it don't mean that I'm not worth it. Just because you don't know the value of the piece of diamond doesn't mean that the diamond is not valuable. So many times when you're in a relationship and somebody can't see your worth, and you're like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. I can't believe. So I need healing. What you need healing? Yeah, why do I need healing? Because you can't see my worth. You need healing. He need or she needs healing because they can't see their worth. Because when you see your worth, you see mine. So therefore, you need healing, not me. If you can't see my worth, it's because you need healing. I see yours. I'm perfectly fine. It's like because you blind, I need healing. Because you can't see me because you blind. Okay, listen. Come on now. We gotta be mature, because I think some of us are just ridiculous. We go too far. Listen, if you talking to somebody face to face, right? And that person is blind looking at you. They're blind, they can't see you. But you are seeing them. They don't know what you look like. Do you need healing, or do they need healing? Seriously, do you need healing? Are you the one sick because they can't see you? Or they're the one who blind because they can't see you? And sometimes you think, well, if you can't see me, that means I'm sick. Come on, it's the same concept. And I think we are just so ridiculously trapped in a place where we don't understand. And we don't want to understand. But just because you can't see me, that means you're blind. But even a blind man, even if he can't see himself physically, he knows who he is. He can touch, he can feel. He or she knows their value still. So therefore, they ain't got to see you. They ain't got to see you to know who you are. That's the thing about value. Value is not based on what you look like. Many times we base it on what we look like. I can't be with a man who is 5'6", 5'2". I can't be with a woman who is bigger. I can't be with a man whose penis is 2 inches. You know, like we base love on conditions, but yet we say it's unconditional. It's like we're looking for the perfect conditions to love unconditionally. Yeah, I gotta. See? Oh Lord, I just said a mouthful. I think I'm gonna write it down. Hold on, where's my other phone? You all just hear what I said? Thank you, lights. For real, but seriously, but you all just hear what I said? You all just hear what I said? We are looking for the perfect. Man, I gotta write that one down because I know I would lose it because I don't want to forget that one. Because I be talking sometimes and I'm like, it's deep. Hold on, I'm ready. Hold on. Shoot. Man, you. It's like you all missed that one. Tamara, ain't that deep? Tamara, you still here? I thought you were going. Tamara, ain't that deep though? But ain't that deep though? Oh my God, we're looking for the perfect conditions before we love unconditionally. I should be recording. Yeah, looking for condition. Man, I hope that's the first time I heard this because you know. Sometimes you say things. Hey, Carolyn, how we doing? The more I get to know someone, their personality makes them beautiful. Yeah, their spirit, right? Because personality is just personality. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Thank you, Caboose. Thank you. So write it down. Join this live coming from a man. You are sharing a lot of. Thank you. What do you mean coming from a man? Men are smart too. Men are conscious. I'm not smart. I'm conscious. I'm not. Not saying I'm conscious, but I've been studying for years though. Not saying I'm good. I'm just saying I've been studying myself for years. So knowledge must be in there somewhere. Something you said. because the subconscious mind is very powerful. So even if you see it for 1 second, if you see it before, it's stuck in your subconscious mind. So now you might repeat it 10 years later and you're like, where did I hear this from? Why do I know this? Did I make this up? But sometimes you just saw it once and it's stuck in your subconscious mind and one day it comes out. Because whatever goes in must come out. From a spirit with these kind of Thank you, Zambian Muse. Thank you. But yeah, man, but listen, we are looking for the perfect conditions before we love, or we try to love unconditionally because we think if we love unconditionally, then it's gonna last forever. Love lasts forever regardless, but it's not your love that lasts forever. It's just love, period. Remember, when you love, all you're doing is tapping into love. It's not your love. You don't have love. You don't have it. You didn't come here with anything. You don't have anything. All you did was tap into love, and you realize that it was a beautiful thing. But the only thing is, when you tapped into love, we share consciousness. That's why I believe it. When you tap into love, right? Here's our biggest mistake. We tapped into love one day, right? The conditions were good. You know what I mean? Like, no, let's be real. The conditions were good, right? The conditions was amazing. The condition looked good. It felt good. We got gifts. We got dates. We got fun. And we then, so now from getting all, no, check this out. We get all this stuff. We got special time together. We got to make love. So we have sex included. We get quality time. You know, we get to eat together, we get to be together, we get to share jokes together. So now, what those things did, they elevated our ability to tap into the frequency of love, right? Because the love was always there. Love is love is never absent. Love is always there. But now to raise our frequency to get to love, now we got in love, and you realize now, as the person did all these things, and your expectation and your image of the person change in your mind, because you love because based on your image in your mind. As the image change in your mind and your expectation change and you feel good and you created a good place in your mind, then this person added to it by giving you things and giving you gifts and taking you on dates. Understand what check this out. Now the frequency of love is always there. It was always there. Even if you wasn't in love, love was always there. You was always in love. You just didn't recognize it. So now somebody open your eyes or help you get to the frequency of love. When you tap into the frequency of love, what you see is this person. So now you are relating love to this person. You use the person to guide you to the frequency of love. So the person tapped into your body. They give you gifts. They give you quality time. They give you all these things. Now your elevation, your frequency was elevated more and more and more each day by their help, because you don't know how to do it on your own. So they give you, and bam, finally you reach into the frequency of love, and it's like, oh, the experience is beautiful. I feel so amazing. I'm not sick anymore. My body feels fresh and young. Oh my God, my frequency is high. Oh my God, life is so sweet. Oh, you can't piss me off, so you could say anything you want to say. I'm not even mad at you. I forgive you. I forgive you. Listen, I trust you. I trust you with all my heart, because that's what the frequency that you tapped into. You see what I'm saying? So that's the frequency you tap into. But now you think that your love is based on this person. That's when it becomes messed up, because now it became about this person, not the frequency, but it's you. So now if I lose you, I lose love. No, you can't. You can't lose love because you lose them. You use them to help you elevate to get to the frequency of love. Remember, love is a frequency. It's the highest frequency. So as you use somebody, because you know how you use the ocean to calm you down. It's like how you use because you don't know how to do it on your own. Because if you stay at home, I ain't trying to calm yourself down. You're gonna just be more mad because you're gonna be in your thoughts and you're gonna be pissed off. So you go to the oceans or to the rainforest, and as nature comes around you, and you feel the oneness, you begin to be calm. So you are using nature to calm you. Does that make sense? Because my God, boy, I'm a damn genius. Because I never thought about it like this for this one. So as you use nature to calm you down, you're like, okay, I'm calm now. But what you experience then is your own calmness. That's your own self. That's your own calmness. So now when you use somebody to elevate your frequency, because you don't know how to do it on your own, that's why people use drugs. People use drugs to slow your mind down and to make you calm, and especially people who are anxious. There's certain drugs that you're using the drug to calm your nerve. Sometimes you use the drug to calm your headache. So we become dependent on things outside of us to change on the inside. He's a genius. You know what I mean? So we depend on things on the outside to fix the inside. So now we depend on people to change our inside frequency and to raise it to love. So when we lose the person, when we're with the person, now we are suffering if the person leave. I can't feel this anymore. Even though it's my feeling, I'm the one who's elevating. I'm the one who's in the high. I'm the one. It's me. I'm the one there. I'm the one who's drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm the one here who's experiencing the high frequency. I'm the one there who's connected to love, which is to God. I'm the one there who's experiencing life at the highest level. I'm the one who's laughing and healed and I forgive you, and I'm the one who's doing it. So now, but if I lose you, I have to stop doing it. If I lose you, then I can't do it no more. Ain't that something? Isn't that something though? So now we can't even be happy. Yeah. Kirk, did you go to grammar school or was it St. Martin? No, I didn't go to grammar school. I'm not really good at grammar either. Are you trying to cuss my? Are you trying to saying that I have bad grammar? Because I probably do. But yeah, so I'm saying, so now when you're in love, now you in this state, now you begin to suffer. Now you begin to be scared. What if I drop my frequency? If I go down the ladder, oh shoot, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need healing. You don't need healing. Get back up to the frequency. So many of us think that I need healing. You don't need healing. You need to get back into the frequency. See, the frequency is the healing energy. See, when you dropped, listen, if you fall off the roof, you're gonna need healing. You're gonna need some stitches. You fell from love. Of course you need stitches. It feels like it hurts. It feels like it's physical pain. Listen, when you are disappointed and you're going through awakening, that stuff feels like physical pain, but it's not physical pain. It's just that when you fell, you fell in your back. Bam! Like, you know that when you fall in your back or you get a blow to your back or your stomach, you can't breathe. Because it just cuts the wind out of you. No. You know what? My brother went there. My brother went to the all boys school. Not me. I wasn't that smart one. All right, 75 Shorty, you enjoy your day. How do you get back in the frequency? How did you get to the frequency? How did you get to the frequency? You got to the frequency by the person trying to invest in you, taking you out on dates, going to eat, telling you how beautiful you are, how nice you are, and you liked it, and telling you, I like to be around you and spending quality time with you, and that's how you get back in. You do the same things to yourself. You talk to yourself. You trust yourself. You begin to like yourself. You begin to feel how you felt when they like you. Feel how you feel when they tell you how you're beautiful, so that you can do it on your own. Feel how you feel when you went out on dates, so now you can do it on your own. You can do it on your own now, because it was your love that you experienced. It wasn't theirs. It was only your love that you can only experience your love. You can connect to their love, but you can only experience yours. Even if you connect to your love, even if you connect to somebody else's love, because it's the same frequency, it's the same love. So when you connect to their love, you can only feel yours in your body, in your consciousness, in your world. You can only feel yours. Because no matter what you feel, you're going to only feel it based on you. You're going to base, because you have your own pin code. You have your own identity. You have your own carbon footprint. So you can only experience things as who you are. No matter if we're in the same place, smelling the same air, you're going to experience that air differently from I am. See what I'm saying? Hey, sexy soldier. Girl, where you been? So, the problem is when we find love, when we tap into love, we become even more scared. What if I get hurt? People don't want love because they're afraid to get hurt. You know, once you stay in love, hurt don't exist. You see, like how when the Bible tells you that when you go to heaven, there will be no crying, there will be no tears, there will be streets of gold. That's what they're talking about. It's love. It's not a physical place. It's a spiritual place. Love is a spiritual thing. So when you elevate it to the place, because you elevate, right? Because love, the frequency, you have to elevate your frequency. That's why you call it heaven. So once you elevate, the streets of gold. Your value is abundant. Listen, but we gotta start to put things together. That's an aha moment, right, goddess? Hey, Kanisha Hall, how you doing? The elevation, now you're walking on cloud. You on cloud 9. That's why you say you're on cloud 9. You elevate. You have to ascend to love. And as you ascend, you have to die to all those crap, all this anger, and all this frustration. Now you're gonna still experience those things because those things are part of love. See, what we don't realize is that those emotions are all part of love. Love is not a single emotion. Love encompasses every single one of them. See, many times we have emotions. Oh my God, I don't love. No, love is everything combined. It's a balance. It's harmony with everything. It's a complete harmony and a complete balance with everything else. Because to experience love, you're gonna experience suffering. You would. And to experience suffering doesn't mean that you don't love. Love is all the things. God is all is God, God is love. That means God must be all and love must be all. It have to be all. It has to be. It just makes sense. It has to be. It is everything. So, but the thing is, when we are experiencing something, what we do, we judge it. But there's no judgment in love because we should just experience it without judgment. Once we start judging, now you're using your own limited mindset, your limited knowledge to try to understand and to stay and to this and to that. Now this is when it comes messed up. But now that somebody has helped you to elevate your love to a place of being, you are afraid to lose that person because you think if you lose that person, you can't get back there. How did you leave there in the first place? Now somebody asked me, how do you get back there? How did you leave? How and why did you leave? You're not fulfilled. Exactly, Caboose. Katie Sean, you asked me, how do you get back there? How did you leave it? Tell you, many of us, we get in love, experience love, it becomes the most valuable thing, but we become so afraid. If you climb up a ladder and you are so high up in the ladder, you're going to be afraid too. Because what if you fall? What if it's not stable? What if a strong wind come and just... So you suffer anyways. You're going to suffer there. But sometimes you just got to experience it without thinking about it. Hey, Khadija, how are you doing? So when you fall or when you experience love, stop trying to be afraid. Just indulge in the moment. Just have fun in the moment. Don't worry about tomorrow because tomorrow will be on its own. You know what people love? Let me tell you what people love. People love a happy person. People love a happy person. People love a person who's invested. You know when people leave you? Now, check this out. A lot of times, a woman, when after a divorce, has anyone been divorced here? Anyone been divorced? Or broken up after a long marriage? Either one. Divorce or broken up after a long relationship. Maybe at least 5 years. Has anyone been in a relationship for 5 years? 5 or 10 years, sometimes 15 years. Yeah, right? Hey, Corey. Yeah, so you've been divorced. Now, let me ask you a question. Another question. 12 years, wow. So let me ask you another question. When you got divorced, what did you start doing? Did you start to invest back in yourself? You start going back to the gym. You start taking yourself out. So for 18 years, wow. Hi, Mimi. Hey, Janice, 20 years, wow. 33 years, wow. Man, you have been in some long relationships. Hey, Van Gamboa, how you doing? 14 years. Yeah. What did you do afterwards? Did you start going back to the gym? You started going back to school? You started to invest in yourself again? You started to dress nicely? You started to lose weight? What did you do after the breakup? After the long breakup? I was able to give to me. I was lied to for 10 years. No, you love those lies. But those lies felt good though. Those lies felt good, right? Started putting me first. I loved myself the way I loved him. Wow. I moped around for a year. Here's the thing. Nobody will want to lose a person who is just continue to progress. Nobody lose a person. Listen, if I have a woman and this woman is continuing to do her thing, she's just growing and progressing, elevating. She's loving on herself. She gets brighter every day. She gets more prettier. She gets this and she just this and she's just doing her stuff. She ain't taking no break. She's just doing it. Not that I ain't saying that she has no time for me, but she's just doing. I can't leave that. How can I leave that? I can't leave that at all. So that even when she gets her breakup, she ain't got to do nothing special. She just continues her life. See, a lot of times you stop doing yourself. You stop investing in yourself. You stop doing things for you. You stop feeding yourself. You cut yourself off from growth. You start to focus on the relationship. You stop going to the gym. You stop eating certain foods. You stop going to things that you like. You stop having your female friends date. You stop going out to drink with your friends. You stop talking to your girlfriends. You leave all your friends. You stop growing. I will leave that person too. So this is why when I have a woman or a relationship, I gotta make sure you build yourself up continuously. And if I see you pause, hey, so what we doing? Well, hey, so we should do this. Or maybe have you thought about doing this? Matter of fact, we should start let's start a company. Hey, matter of fact, let's hey, check this book out. You because you want the person to be their best, so that when they at their best, you're not leaving. Hey, Faithful, how we doing? Everybody want to stop when they find a relationship. It's because we are looking for a relationship to take over what we, because we like, let me work, let me work, let me work, let me work, let me work. Okay, I finally get in a relationship. Let me stop. Let me grow my stomach. Let me gain weight. I don't comb my hair anymore. Let me walk around in sweatpants. Let me walk around in sweatpants. So let me just do looking. That's not what he or she wanted. They wanted you, the beautiful, they wanted that pretty little thing that they met. Now I understand we have babies and stuff, but it's not just about pretty thing. I mean, a person wants you at their best. Even if that person don't know that he or she does, they still do. And this is why after a while, they're like, I gotta go. Nobody leaves. I promise you. It's very hard. Not saying that nobody leaves. It's very hard to leave somebody who's on their stuff, who continues to do their thing, who continues to grow from day one, who continues to not be distracted from because you're there. I don't want to distract you. I'm not there to distract you at all. If I'm distracting you, I'm not the one for you. If when you get with me, you slow down, I'm not the one for you. I'm not. Because many times, Kaiser, appreciate it. Many times, right? And let me tell you what happens. Many times you meet somebody, that person spark the hell out of you. They spark you. They give you electrical charge. Damn. Every time I'm around you, I'm charged up. I love being around you. I love. And you want to be around this person all day. No, this person, you like them so much. You love them so much. You want them so much. They become a distraction. They become a distraction because now the balance is gone. Because a lot of times when you love something so much, do you remember the first time that you had a video game and you loved it so much that every day you didn't give it a break? You thought about it all the time. You couldn't wait to come home from school, so you didn't enjoy while you was in school. You didn't enjoy going out with your mother. You didn't enjoy going to church. All you wanted to do was go home and play that video game or play that game or play with those dolls. You remember? Man, sometimes that thing distracts you. That person distracts you. And when a person distracts you, you slow down. Listen, I know I'm talking. Listen, I know I'm talking. What I'm saying makes sense. Maybe it's not making sense to everybody else. But I know for a fact it makes sense. Many times those shiny things distract you. That's why I don't look for shiny things. Listen, I don't need you to spark anything up in me. I don't need to be sparked up. I don't need you to stimulate my mind. I go do that for myself. I don't need you for much. Just, hey, you good? Don't try to make me feel better. I don't need that from you. It's not your job. Make yourself feel better. I could do it for myself. This is why it's very hard for people to talk to me. Because they don't know what to do. But what do I bring to you? I don't need you to bring anything. Just come as you are. I could do everything myself. I'm perfectly fine to do everything myself. I don't need you to try to spark me, stimulate my mind, stimulate my body. I could do that. And even if I can't do it for myself, I have groups and people who I could talk to. That one-on-one conversation. They're right there. I don't need you for that. I don't need you to be all these things for me. Because you be all the things for you. Yeah, you got to be that for you so that you can feel complete. You can feel loved. You can feel connected. You can feel in it, you know what I'm saying? So that you ain't gonna feel like, oh my God, you don't like me no more. You probably don't want to look at me. You don't even think I'm good enough. No, see, when you start saying that, that means you have stopped working on yourself. Because it wasn't me. Be your own vibe. Facts. You gotta be dope vibe, a dope ass vibe. Yeah. When you become your own vibe, people they can't get. Listen. I think one day, I'm gonna host. I'm not bragging about anything, but I'm gonna host or something. Maybe a meet and greet, and I want you to feel the energy that I have, because I want when you feel it and you're around me, I want you to I want you to know that when you have a dope ass vibe, people don't leave you. You know how hard it is to leave somebody with a dope ass vibe. Please, people, man, shoot. I'm not saying, hey Tasha, what's up? I'm not saying that I'm anything special. I just know how to control my own vibe. And when you have somebody with a good vibe or some strong vibe, you don't want to leave the person. No, listen. Where you going? Why you ask? I want to go with you. No, come on, man. What you want to go with for? And it's not because they don't trust you. It's just that they just like your company. Yeah, they just love your company. They love being around you because, and ain't like they're afraid that you're gonna leave because they're afraid that they just like your company. They think that you have the dopest vibe, and when you're around people with good vibe, it brings you life. It gives you like you charge them up because it's more energy. So the more energy that you have, Queen of Sea, where you go, girl? Where you been? You become a magnet to your day. Yeah. People will try to tear that vibe, but you know what though? No, they don't try to tear the vibe. They don't try to tear the vibe, really, right? What they try to do, they try to get it. Because they don't have it. Remember, people pull from you or they give to you. The reason why they're pulling from you is because they lack it. They don't have it and they want the source. They don't and it's not a something that they actually want to do consciously. Okay, so you moved already, okay. How you like in Texas? Yeah. So it's not that they want to break you. It's just that they want to feel what you're feeling. So they're going to come to you and pull you. They'll pull your vibe. Because if I have good vibe and you have good vibe, I won't want to break your vibe. For what? I would actually like being around you too. Two vibes like that together is possible or impossible? A lot of times, man. But you know, my vibe is very quiet. Like when I'm not on TikTok, I'm very quiet. I don't talk much. I don't have to talk. You can feel my vibe without me talking. And I noticed that, but I don't have to talk much because I don't talk much off TikTok. I talk a lot on TikTok, and then you're probably gonna think that I talk a lot in person. I don't. I'm very quiet in person because I keep my energy. I talking just make you just burn and drain. So when I'm in public, when I'm out, when I'm home, I keep my energy. I don't talk much. I don't talk long on the phone. I hate long conversations. I don't do small talks really. That's draining too. But you gotta maintain your own frequency. You gotta maintain your own energy because people love your vibe. You know, you talking about a man or a woman ain't ready. As soon as they feel the energy, they're ready right now. Because the energy don't come around very often. So I'm saying the energy don't come around very often. So as soon as they hear you, I'm not ready. Oh, you're not ready? Okay. And you know what? But thank you, goddess. My vibe is contagious. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, as long as if you know your vibe, you good. If you know your vibe, you're good, man. But it's just a beautiful thing, man. People don't and you know, people don't mess with you when you have that vibe. People don't want to lie and do all them stuff because you know why? Because they understand that if you can keep your vibe, if you keep in that vibe, when you could, so check this out. When you are able to tap into the frequency of love and to keep that, because love, the more love you have is the higher your vibe gets, right? Your vibration. So vibe is short for vibrations. And vibration is a body, is a physical thing. Vibration, the law of vibration states that my body vibrates. Everything vibrates. Everything. The water, the can, the cover, the pen, the phone, everything vibrates. So as my vibration, the vibe gets better, what happens is that the more I love, I tap into love, is the higher my vibration gets. Because with love, it does something to my body. The more higher I go, my body vibrates. As my body vibrates, as it moves very rapidly, you can feel the movement. Because the higher I vibrate is the faster. So now as I move faster, energy is made faster. Energy is just, if I'm vibing low, right? If I'm vibing low, if I don't have much love, if I have unforgiveness and anger and frustration and depression and anxiety, what happens? I'm vibrating low. My body is vibrating slow. As I'm vibrating slow, when you come around me, you feel the pull. If I'm vibing high, you feel the push. If I'm vibing low, you feel the pull because now I need the extra pull to make me vibrate faster. Do you understand what vibration really is now? I know we say vibe, but I don't know if we know what vibe is short for vibrational frequency. What's up, Romy Rome? How you doing, man? Long time to see. So, the higher you vibrate is the better you feel. Because when you vibrate high, you give people energy. People like being around people who give them energy. People like being around people who actually could turn them on. See what I'm saying? People like being around people who can turn them on as far as not just sexually, but turn their energy up. So, yes, hey, what's her name? Anessa, how are you? So that's how it really works. So it's very important that you keep your own vibration high, because now you are not, when, let's say, a woman comes in my life, right? I'm already vibing high. I'm already in love, without her or with her. Same. My love is not going to change. So for me to love you is going to be very simple, because I'm already in love, right? Since I'm already walking in love for myself to keep my frequency high, loving you is not hard because I'm already in love. I'm in the love frequency. So all I'm doing is accept. Hey, you know what? Come on. I love you. I love you right now. It don't take me long. It don't take me months. It don't take me years. It don't take me a whole 5 years to love you, because I'm in that frequency already. The reason why it takes so long for someone to love you is because they are not in that frequency. If they are not in the, it's like you telling, it's like when you come around me and say, Kirk, I love you. Yeah, not surprised. You should love me. Like I'm surprised if you don't. Do I spec? But it's spec, Miss Otter. You know, like if you tell me that you love me, I'm not gonna be excited because I know that. Like you should. Like duh. Like shoot. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I know that. Oh, do you speak love over everyone and believe it? Oh, yeah. Especially silently, too. You know what I mean? But you love me? Oh, thank you. I know it. That's the vibration I give off. So you have to love me. So it's not, I'm not surprised because I love me. You know what I mean? Thanks, Grode. You know what I mean? Some people, you love me for real? Why are you surprised? You don't think that you are worthy of love? It's like you don't think that you are loved? You should be always ready for to be loved, because, see, if you walk in love, to love you is not hard. And to love someone is not hard either. But I think we just struggle to love people because we are not. So we struggle with people in relationships to love us because they are not walking in love. And if a person ain't walking in love, and you walking in love, you're not equally yoked. Because when one has love, the whole different frequency. Because when your frequency is not the same, you don't understand the same things. There's arguments, there's misunderstandings, a lot of misunderstanding. When frequency is different, you speak and they hear something else. Because frequency is the transfer of information from one person to the next, or from one object to the next. So when you're on different frequencies, I'm speaking here and you hear in here, you're not gonna never understand me. You never understand me. You can't silently listen to me. You don't understand my silence. You don't understand my words. No matter how simple I speak, you don't know what I'm saying. You always taking me wrong. You always think that I'm trying to do this. So I understand you on different frequencies. If you're on the same frequency, then understanding becomes very simple. Understanding becomes very quiet. What's up, cousins? How you doing, man? They struggle to love someone because they don't love themselves. Facts. They don't carry love within themselves. So therefore, loving someone becomes almost impossible. Words don't even make sense. I'm telling you, words don't even make sense. Because when you're not on a frequency, no matter what you say, it's gonna be confusion. Because remember, what you're saying, if you turn your radio on to 95.1, your stereo to 95.1, and I turn mine to 95.4, it's gonna be similar. But you remember, in between those frequencies, there's gonna be a shh. You might hear one word, but you're gonna hear shh, because it's not connected. It's gonna be an off frequency. So you are trying to hear. You are focusing on hearing what they are saying, but you're hearing a lot of shh because you're not on the same frequency. So understand what frequency really means. Frequency is very important. And when you're on the same frequency, on the same channel, when you're on the same channel, you dance to the same beat because you're hearing the same music, the same song at the same time. Because information is traveled from one to the other. So, and you are in that frequency, so now everything you understand. There's no need to explain yourself more. What's going on, Drip? How we doing, man? There's no need to explain yourself more and to speak all the time and to nag. There's no point. The frequency is the frequency. I know what you want before you even came and tell me. Because when you're in the phone, when you're in the same frequency, you're more of a spiritually connected. And when you are spiritually connected, one of the things that what happens when you're spiritually connected is that you are silently communicating. That's a part of spiritually connected. You are silently speaking. You ain't got to speak with words, but yes, of course you do. But you can know what the other person wants. Sometimes, do you want to eat somewhere? Yeah, I was just thinking about it. Yeah, because we are in the same vibe, the same thingy. Hold on, check this out. I was saying this. When you have a high frequency, and people understand that you are already high frequency without them, and you are happy without them, and joyful without them, those people don't come in their life and screw with them, because they can't. They understand that you are quick. Listen, I don't need you in my life anyways. I'm not gonna beg you to stay there. I'm not gonna force you to stay there, because without you, I was here. You know what I mean? Like with before you came, I was here. And I ain't talking about, I had a job and I'm talking about my frequency, not my standards, but my frequency. Two different things. So before you came, I was here. People don't play with people on this frequency because they understand to have me is a pleasure. To have me, not for your cooking, not for your cleaning. I could do that myself. I'm a grown man. I don't need you cooking and cleaning. I could do that for myself. That's not your worth. That's just who you are. That's what you practice doing. I don't care for that kind of stuff. That stuff don't get me. I'm a grown man. I'm an adult. I could cook and clean for myself. But when you're on this frequency, when people come to your life, they don't play games with you because they understand the importance of you, of what you bring, what you're doing. And if your bringing is just to keep that vibration high, people honor that thing. So therefore, people don't play games with this. People will change for this because they know how it feels. If you ever been around somebody with a high frequency, it's one of the best. So somebody said, what happens when you start to feel empty, almost worthless? What happens is because your third eye chakra and your crown chakra is disconnected. It's imbalance. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just your chakras are off balance. Your crown chakra, when you start to feel worthless and disconnected, that means you are not connected to the higher power, to your higher self, to the universe, to the God, to the supreme being. You are disconnected. When you are disconnected, therefore, you're going to feel those things. Somebody who is connected feels opposite from you. When they are connected to the source, they feel more powerful, in tune, they feel happy, they feel joyful. When they are disconnected, they feel separated, they feel worthless, they feel anger, they feel depression, they feel anxiety because they are cut off. Love is not there really. You know what I mean? Hey Vibe and High Solution, how are we doing? So when you feeling empty and stuff, understand it's a spiritual thing. It's not because of someone. It's not because somebody did it. It's because you are cut off from the source. So your job, your focus is to get back to the source. Start to be around nature. Start to be by yourself. Start to look at yourself and speak to yourself kindly. Start to eat better foods. Start to smile. Start to do things that you enjoy doing. One of the easiest things to make yourself happy or to be happy is to do things that makes you happy, to do physical things that bring physical happiness. But for some reason, when we are not happy, we can't do things that we don't want to do because we are not used to. We're not used to doing it for ourselves. We are not used to creating happiness for ourselves. We are not used to it, so we don't understand. How will somebody else make you happy? By loving on you, by holding on you, by being affectionate of you. Forgive yourself, facts. By being affectionate towards you, by touching you, by speaking nice words to you, and then you make yourself happy. You're like, oh my God, I'm so happy. You feel, I like being around you. Same concept. Oh shoot, I made a mistake. I know I'm tripping. Shoot, the sun is already starting to come up. So yeah, but if that's what makes you happy, then go do it for yourself. Those things that you need to make you happy, do it for yourself. So focus on what do I need to be to make you happy. If you can't just decide to be happy, because everybody can't do it, I could do it. I could say, let me decide to be happy. Because no matter what happens, no matter what the weather is, sometimes people are so miserable that even the weather, it's raining, I can't be happy. You know how ridiculous that is, man? You know how much ridiculous that is? That's just too much. Like, you're just going too far. It's snowing outside. I'm so miserable. Is snow make you miserable? Like, God damn, that's ridiculous. Wait, so You gotta wake up at 6. That makes you that makes you miserable. Golly. So somebody give you a middle finger and that makes you miserable. Hey, Kadeen, how you doing? So somebody show you their finger. Hold on. Somebody used their finger and pointed at you, and that made you miserable. Somebody pointed at you. Then you see, you put your own meaning to the crap, right? Hey, Kalia, how you doing? You put your own meaning to the crap. Somebody give you the finger and you miserable. You can't take it. Oh my God, I can't believe it. You miserable. You know, people who are unhappy will find anything to keep them unhappy. All you are doing, you are reaffirming that of your unhappiness by reacting to certain things. Nothing makes you unhappy. You are reaffirming your unhappiness when you react to certain things. You are pointing out things to make you reaffirm how unhappy you really are. Hey, Miss Chocolate Beauty, how are you? So understand, man. Understand the life that we live. Hey, Kalia. Hey, Galado, how are you? Your feelings based on the weather is programming is just ridiculous. Many of us, the weather change our feelings. It's raining outside, so I'll have to suffer. You know how ridiculous? Do we understand how ridiculous we are? Though? We are pretty ridiculous. We are pretty ridiculous, man. What is you want to manifest, but you can't visualize it? I don't have it. I don't have those things. What is? Wait. You said what is you want to manifest? I think you're missing a couple words, Miss Sada. Tell me again. What are you trying to say? Rain is common. Rain is common. Rain is not common. Rain is just rain. You just identify with common. I mean, to be honest, because rain is just water. Where how you visualize it is how you visualize it. You know, if you think it's common, then it's gonna be common. If you think it's bad luck because you can't go somewhere, then that's what it's gonna feel. But all rain is what rain is. It's just water. Hey Nicole, how you doing, girl? How you doing? How you doing, beautiful lady? But rain is just water. Rain is nothing. The sun is nothing. This is nothing. That is nothing. It's just how you see it. That's the beautiful thing about life. That's the beautiful thing about life. You put your own meaning to things, and then if the meaning that you put to things make you hate life, then you suck. If you put the meaning to rain and you say rain, I hate when it rains because it sucks, that means you really suck. That means you're ridiculous because you're allowing yourself to be controlled based on what you think. So then change what you think. But I feel what you're saying because it is common. Because so even sometimes I fall asleep when the rain sound. But I feel what you're saying. I mean, I completely agree. But I was just saying, listen, whatever it makes you feel, if it's good for you, feel it. If rain is calming to you, feel calm. If the sunlight is calming to you, let the sun brings it out. But if rain is making you angry, and you get angry inside when it rains, you are just ridiculous. No age of enjoying life. But that's facts. That's facts. I want to manifest, but when I meditate, I don't see it visually. I make people play in the rain, free spirit. I like that. You say you wanna manifest, but when you try to visually see it, you don't see it. Sometimes you gotta, like Queen said, sometimes you gotta feel it. And when you feel it is when you start to see it. When you start to feel it, and you don't see that the specific, the exactly physical form of what it's going to look like. However, you see a version of it, and then you see and you feel that version. So you're going to see and feel it, and then you hold that vibrate, then you hold that frequency. Don't focus on, because every day you don't have to see it, but you have to feel it every day so that you stay connected to it, right? But yeah, I mean, it will happen. But listen. I'm not going to be on here for much longer, so let me just say my goodbyes now. Because I've been on here for too long. I didn't want to talk for so long. But you all have a way of asking me questions and making me talk. you all have a way of keeping me on the air. I do appreciate you all listening to my words. I won't say my knowledge because I don't think it's knowledge. I just think it's words that you put to your own knowledge. Because I don't have knowledge. I have words, right? I have conversations. And you put the meaning to my conversation. So I appreciate you all putting the meaning to my conversation to take something from it and do as you will with it. Because I hope it helps me. And that's why you never see me come on here. Regina, you let my post in. I will. My experience in this has taught me the man that I am and to be this person, and I enjoy being this person. So you won't see me coming out here stressing and speaking negatively and being angry and somebody pissed me off. You never I don't give people that privilege. I can't give you the privilege to piss me off. You know what I mean? Like I refuse to give you the privilege of pissing me off. So you won't see me come on here, speaking crazy things and TikTok is pissing me off. Listen, I'm still breathing. I am still life. We are still life. But I think it's something we forget and we get caught up in the physical things. We get caught up. But yeah, so I appreciate you all coming on here and listening to the words that I speak or spoke, so that you all take from it whatever you please. But understand, if it's one thing that you can be in love. Just try being in love. Just try being in love. First time watching your life and it was great. Oh, thank you. This is your first time, sweetie pie Sam's. I'm honored.